Hello, this is my creation video for Roadhog steel-toed boots. The first portion is going to be an explanation for all the parts that I just didn't happen to film. And if you just want to see the time lapse, just skip to this time right here. And otherwise, I will break it down for you. To make Roadhog's steel-toed boots the way I went about it, you'll need 4 primary things. You'll need some sort of cling wrap, saran wrap, that idea, craft foam, some sort of tape like masking tape, painter's tape, and Warbler. To begin, you will take said boot or whatever shoe your desire. You're going to wrap the front part in that saran wrap, and then you're going to also tape over it. I know a lot of cosplayers do this in general for any sort of body stencils, so it works the same thing. After that, you're going to draw around it to whatever desired shape that you wanted it with some like Sharpie or some sort of something, anything really, as long as you can see it. Cut it out. And when you cut it out, it's going to be a dome shape. So you're going to cut 2 incisions at whatever place you want. So this is where I decided to cut it. These 2 top ones, and it's going to end up making like little triangles because it's going to have to lay flat onto the craft foam. So I took my stencil, this mock saran wrap stencil, and I made 2 of them out of the thinnest millimeter craft foam. And this is all to your discretion of what millimeter you want, but I chose to make 2 of them, one being white and one being green, so I can tell which one's which. And I had glued them back together where those little slits are, being these slits, with some hot glue. And the white one I put on the shoe and I drew in all the metal parts. Then I just cut it out. This is what it looks like, and you can see that's where the little slits were, and I just cut that out, so it would have been like this. With the white one still, I had the pieces and I made 2 of each piece. So there's 3 pieces per shoe, so I made 6 pieces out of the thicker millimeter foam. So this is a difference. Just because realistically, I feel like if it's a metal shoe, the steel toe part should be a little bit denser and thicker versus it being so thin. So that's why I made it out of the thicker millimeter foam. Now, ignore the stencils from the beginning, and we're taking this stencil and I put it against Warbler, which I use black Warbler, which is a thermoplastic, and I had drew a shape on here, but I made it a little bit bigger than what it was so it can fold over my foam later. And I cut that out, and I cut 2 pieces of those, one for the left shoe and one for the right shoe. You're going to take now the green foam stencil, and since it's already glued and everything, you're going to put the Warbler on top of it. I first heated the Warbler a little bit, and I had put the green stencil against the shoe so it had a base to sit on, and then I would mold the Warbler over it so the Warbler won't be directly touching the shoe, because that's the part that I was afraid of, is that the Warbler would stick to the shoe and then cause like any sort of tearing, or it just sticks and it's not easy to get off either. I don't want to ruin the shoe, period. So once it's kind of solidified, I just went around and I went around the foam and I just went around the edges, and you can see right here is where I had pressed down so it could hold on to the foam. Yeah. Once that was dry, I took my new thicker millimeter foam, being the red pieces, and I had glued it on top of the Warbler. So with all that, we are where this picture is. So now you have an idea of how I got there, and here is the time lapse of everything else. Enjoy.